Yep.
West Coast real. So I might slow it down.
Feel like I've been running in place. Toes on the gas, no brakes. Bullshit calling, I'm ignoring. Being that nigga, they was snoring. Taking risks, I got a lot at stake. I don't see no need to play it safe. Bullshit calling, I'm ignoring. Being that nigga, they was snoring. Eyes on the prize, keep it going. Full speed, I ain't never slowing. Stress on me, but I never show it. Never show it. Yeah. Pressure makes diamonds. I've been looking for the silver lining. These days it's getting hard to find it. But someday it'll fall into alignment. Keep it 10 toes. That's just how it goes. I ain't looking backwards, only moving forward. Give me patience, I'm talking to the Lord. Feel like I've been running in place. Toes on the gas, no brakes. Bullshit calling, I'm ignoring. Being that nigga, they was snoring. Taking risks, I got a lot at stake. I don't see no need to play it safe. Bullshit calling, I'm ignoring. Being that nigga, they be snoring.
West Coast real. So I might slow it down.
Feel like I've been running in place. Toes on the gas, no brakes. Bullshit calling, I'm ignoring. Being that nigga, they was snoring. Taking risks, I got a lot at stake. I don't see no need to play it safe. Bullshit calling, I'm ignoring. Being that nigga, they was snoring. Eyes on the prize, keep it going. Full speed, I ain't never slowing. Stress on me, but I never show it. Never show it. Yeah. Pressure makes diamonds. I've been looking for the silver lining. These days it's getting hard to find it. But someday it'll fall into alignment. Keep it 10 toes. That's just how it goes. I ain't looking backwards, only moving forward. Give me patience, I'm talking to the Lord. Feel like I've been running in place. Toes on the gas, no brakes. Bullshit calling, I'm ignoring. Being that nigga, they was snoring. Taking risks, I got a lot at stake. I don't see no need to play it safe. Bullshit calling, I'm ignoring. Being that nigga, they be snoring.
West Coast real. So I might slow it down.
Feel like I've been running in place. Toes on the What up, what up, what up? Back at it once again is the Alpha Pack Trading Group's Crypto Academy. I am once again joined by fellow pack leader investing for Legacy. We welcome everybody who's here to join us. Legacy, how you doing today, man?
Man, feeling good, brother. Feeling great. Uh, not well rested, but hey, we'll catch up on that later in life. You know when we die. But no complaints here. Loving them. Feeling good in the stock market. We navigating it in the real choppy market. We still feeling, getting our sharpening our skills, sharpening each other iron within the pack. Iron sharp as iron. So I'm appreciating the performance that we putting together as a pack. We definitely is stepping up at times when most people are lost. Um, Excited for what we building, man. Can't say that enough. I really can't, brother. How you doing?
Man, I'm good. I'm right with you, man. Tired as ever. I'm sure all the pack leaders are. We some hard working brothers out here. Trying to make
Oh
it
yeah,
happen and take care of our families. We the ones in charge. So you know, I wouldn't have it no other way though. I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't mind
yeah.
being in
That's
charge
right.
and providing for the family. So
That's facts. Agreed, there, brother.
definitely. So yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I want to just get into it. I don't want to keep us here too
Yeah,
long as
yeah.
usual, but just
Definitely
want
don't
to
want to
tell
keep.
everybody to make sure to like and subscribe and all that good stuff before we get started. Make sure you got your pen and pads. Make sure you're taking notes. Alpha Pack
Oh yeah,
Trading Group. We're all about education, so you're definitely gonna learn something today. So
yeah.
if you got any questions,
Definitely
make
got.
sure you write those down. If there's topics you want us to cover, make sure you write those down as well. We don't necessarily always know what you need. We know the things that we know, and we talk about things that are important to us, but we want to know what's important to you, so we can cover those things. So, with that being said, Legacy, man, I'm gonna let you do what you do. Hand it over to you.
Yes,
Take it away.
sir. Yes, sir. We gonna kick it off how we always do, guys. We like starting at our favorite site to keep up with the latest price action, which is CoinGecko. Let me pull it up here. All right. All right, we're gonna briefly run down the top 10. No changes since last week in the rankings, the 1 through 10. But let's just check it out. The price. Bitcoin at currently at $44,160, up 0.1% over the last 24 hours. Ethereum at 3,155. Those to the two big boys, they have been ranging at that price for a couple weeks now, for sure. And when I call them the big boys, I want you guys to understand why exactly. If you notice the market cap on Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's on a whole nother ballpark than anybody else that in any other coin in the crypto market, even the stable coins. So I just want to make sure that we know why Ethereum and the Bitcoin are why they lead the way how they do, and that's definitely majority of that market cap is the reason. So let's continue on. We don't pay attention to Tether, stablecoin, BNB is holding that fourth spot down for a long time now. It's not going anywhere. I believe in that exchange, no matter what FUD is thrown our way. Up only 0.3% over the last 24. USD coin, another stable coin not worth mentioning. XRP still holding down that sixth spot at 84 cent, coming in at 84 cent today. Zero point 0.6 over the last 24 hours. Cardano currently at $1.09. Been ranging, hasn't been doing much in the last 24 hours. They all haven't, to be honest, only down 0.8%. Solana, Avalanche. Solana is at 102, still ranging, hasn't done much in the last 24 hours. Avalanche, $97.89, up 5.2% over the last 24 hours. And finally, top round at the top 10 is Terra Luna at $56, up 0.1%. So only movement in the top 10 in the last 24 hours at all, it has come from Avalanche, up over 5%. I'm sure they have a catalyst. I have not heard about that, but news comes so often and fast in crypto. I'm sure it wouldn't be hard for me to find, but we'll just keep it moving, guys. Let's get on to these charts. One of our favorite things to make sure you guys are aware of, especially the total overall market cap. So again, I like to say while we're going over charts, remind people that we are straters inside of the Alpha Pack. We focus on price action is the main thing we care about. So you won't see my screen full of indicators, and you won't hear me mention a bunch of indicators as I'm breaking down the current price action. Right, symbol. Make sure all the symbols are matching, guys. All right, with this is the total market cap. So up here, uh, top left would be the lowest time frame. I'm going to go up. That'll be a day. This would be week to the right, and we would do the month and the year so far at the bottom here. Well, let's go with the quarter. Let's go with the quarter a little sooner. All right, guys. So please pay attention to. All right, so we got a nice shooter forming on nice hammer. I'm sorry, forming on the quarter chart here. If you notice, that's great. That means price is being bought up. It hasn't went green on the quarter yet. That will happen when we get back above 2.1 trillion dollars in overall market cap. It's a green month though so far for us. Inside month though, which means there's a lot of consolidation. Just like we do see that crypto is running more and more hand in hand with traditional markets, especially the Nasdaq. It broke away from the Nasdaq at this last rally, and Nasdaq didn't really follow suit. But yeah, it's coming definitely more affected by traditional markets, which is okay with us, and now in fact make it more predictable. We have again, guys, saying we have these pink lines are last week high and lows. The purple lines are last month's um, high and low. So we haven't reached over last week's highs. You see here, that's the main thing. When we want to keep seeing higher highs, that's why we focus on price action. Indicators are laggers. We like getting in positions a lot earlier than most. Let's keep it moving. Let's check out the total market cap, excluding the big boys. I just explained the big boys being Ethereum and Bitcoin. So this is good to keep a track of as well, too, guys. Make sure that we just on top of those altcoins, which is definitely some of the best gains possible in crypto. So inside month here too as well with the altcoins. Still hasn't went two up. It bounced. It bounced as it went two down on the week, and looks like it's going to finish strong. But we'll see. We definitely know, especially with the news that we're presenting and we're going over today, and that you should be paying attention to, not the FUD. You will be seeing that crypto is long from dead. So please don't follow any fear that you've been hearing that makes you think that it possibly might be going to zero, which is definitely not ever going to happen. Let's bring up Bitcoin chart briefly. It's still the same exact. It's going to be the same as the altcoin. I mean, the overall market cap charts. Inside month, that consolidation, just like what's going on with the S&P 500. A lot of people can't stomach these type of markets. They're selling out of their positions. But we're going to just paint the overall picture to you and just understand that. Make sure that you understand that it's just the inside month, which just means consolidation, guys. It's not nothing to be too scared about. But I do find that during this consolidation, people get scared the most for some reason, especially if you're an options trader, which which one our main forte here at Alpha Pack. All right, guys, to go over briefly with the Ethereum chart, we should be able to. It did go to this one is actually went two up on the. Oh no, it hasn't. I'm sorry. Let me update my weekly levels. It's again same as the Bitcoin. It has not went two up on a week. Went two down briefly, bounced, looking strong this week for sure. Holding above that 3,000 level for certain. For certain, a lot of buy orders under there. So just pay attention to those guys. Let's get into some news, guys. I'm excited to bring some of this news to your attention. I'm hope definitely definitely important for us to make sure that we're on top of all of these headlines, guys. All right. Right. This one is exciting right here. Hash rate. The Bitcoin's hash rate, it reaches an all-time high. But man, what the hell does that mean? I've been seeing this headline on a few other crypto resources that I look like looking at and staying on top of for sure. But no, nobody has made sure that people understand hash rates, and that's something that I want to make sure we differentiate here at Alpha Pack. This is the current chart. A couple days ago, it bounced to a new all-time high over 60,000. But exactly, let me read this to you guys so you have a better understanding of what hash rate is. Hash rate all-time high. Hash rate is a measure of computational power used to verify transactions and add blocks in proof of work blockchains. The two biggest blockchain networks globally, Ethereum and Bitcoin, are proof of work blockchains that utilize mining to mint new coins, and verify transactions. So, hash rates can represent the number of individuals or entities in the world participating in the process of mining. So therefore, the more people mining Bitcoin, the higher the hash rate is in the relation between the I'm sorry, the higher the hash rate. The relation between the hash rate and the Bitcoin's price is directly proportional too. So we should expect some new all-time highs coming up for crypto too, for Bitcoin too. With the hash rate hitting all new all-time highs. So exciting news. That price doesn't look like it right now, but trust me, people have been buying. These miners have been buying. Certainly, the people who actually who's in the thick of the industry, they have been buying up much Bitcoin. They those guys never sell. It's metrics to keep up with the level of Bitcoin that miners are holding. And man, those guys have diamond hands for sure because they see the bigger picture with this. They understand. Um, it's exciting news to me for sure. It's not sexy news, but it's exciting news if you know what to be looking for in crypto. Boss gang, anything you want to add to this, brother, before we continue? I haven't before I go into my next study, but this is definitely exciting news if you understand the back end of crypto for sure.
Nah, man. I typically like to stay away from the technical parts of it, even though
Yeah,
I do have a pretty good
yeah, you understand. Yeah, I understand your teaching
repertoire.
style. You don't like speaking. Yeah, my brother likes getting being very well informed before
You know,
he gives game, and you got to respect that. Most people giving game without
this is great.
knowing the next step.
It's great information though for people
Yeah,
who are really into it and want to try to be educated. And that's what
I,
we're here for. That's what we're here for sure. Now
exactly.
you did a
I,
great
I
job of explaining that for sure.
man, but I want for the people who are worried about crypto, man, like that's some big news that really should calm your nerves. If you're down a little bit on your position, or if you got in at the highs, this is a good time to buy back in. Just so that's one of the main things I wanted people to take away from that story. Do not be worried. Do not be worried. Pack family, we're gonna make sure your mental is strong in these markets for sure, and you're focusing on the news that is important to you. Let's get on to the next story. This is exciting to me, man. OG investor Buffett finally hit the Bitcoin. Yeah, man. This was some exciting news that popped in my timeline yesterday on my Twitter feed, and I've been doing a little bit more research about it. It's not direct access. He didn't buy Bitcoin directly, but let me break it down to what hit the move that his Berkshire Hathaway has made. So Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway dumped a portion of its Visa and Mastercard holdings and increased exposure in Nubank, the largest fintech bank in Brazil that's also popular among the Brazil's country's Bitcoin investors. So basically, in the securities filing late 14, February 14th. So these big hedge firms, we don't find out what they do until a lot later. But this last securities filing disclosing what it did, the industrial conglomerate disclosed that it had purchased 1 billion worth of Nubank Class A stock in Q4 of 2021. So back in the last holiday season, they made that $1 billion purchase. On the other hand, it sold 1.8 billion and 1.3 billion worth of Visa and Mastercard stock, respectively, signaling a shift away from the credit companies and to aim exposure to their fintech rivals. So this is exciting to me, especially the fact that he took away from those legacy traditional style uh, and companies that we know, financial companies that we're used to, Visa and Mastercard. They're becoming dinosaurs, and it's also exciting to me too because Bitcoin. He's been a bit, I mean, I'm sorry, Buffett. He been, a critique of Bitcoin before, quoting saying that it doesn't do anything, and his old safe dinosaur methods have they this guy has, I'm like 1,000% sure, in his hedge firm it was that young guy on his team that ran up to him when Bitcoin was only $100 or something, like, man, this is the next big thing, and he shunned it away, and just thinking that like, now, like, this, that doesn't make sense to me. And over the years, his stubborn ass, because I know his ears into the market, so I know he's been seeing the price action grow in crypto heavily over the last, like, I've been, he's seen, probably noticed, I wouldn't, I'm just gonna say a safe number. He's probably been noticing Bitcoin since about 10,000 strongly. Like, at that point, it was like, if you're in any market, then it was impossible to ignore. So it's like he's finally waking up. I'm excited about that, and he's, I still respect him as an investor. He's done enough aggression in his younger years, investing wise. Now he could just kind of coast into to sunset, and he's a very frugal man. So, but it always frustrated me that people like him would not add into crypto, and not throw their 2 cents. It's obviously a great investment, a great industry in many ways. Well, so I understand. He's not so crypto. It's not directly, but it's definitely exposure for sure, if you ask me. All right, gotta be busy, brother. Gotta be busy. All right, guys, we keep it moving. Then OG investor Buffett, yes sir, getting involved. This is something that, now our next story, guys. It has not. It doesn't directly affect crypto, but it's just another reason why it's needed to me, if you ask me. Oh. All right. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So, Canada Emergencies Act. I don't know if you guys have been hearing what's going on up at Canada. It's been getting rough, getting thick for the working class up there for sure. Let me read about some details about it for you guys. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, excuse me if I'm getting that wrong, on Monday, he invoked the far reaching, never before used emergency powers to try to end demonstrations that have been blocked major highways and streets in in the Canadian capital for more than 2 weeks. The snarl traffic on the U.S. Canada border is definitely been messing up the traffic between each country. What it started late January as a self-styled freedom convoy of demonstrators opposed to vaccine mandates for cross-border truckers has has gained traction into protests against all coronavirus measures and against Trudeau. So here's what need to know about the Emergencies Act and what it could happen next. The Emergencies Act gives the Canadian government broad powers and tools to respond to national emergencies. It's supposed to be a measure of last resort. It allows the Prime Minister and the cabinet to take special temporary actions that may not be appropriate in normal times. It must be used only in an urgent, critical situation that seriously endangers the lives, health, or safety of Canadians. Or the government power to protect Canada's sovereignty, security, and territorial integrity. So they're trying to, these drivers that go cross border, they're really trying to stress these mandates. These vaccines on them. They're really not hearing it. Um, with this Securities Act, they can, these Emergencies Act, they can literally go on these guys' bank accounts, freeze their funds, take their funds, which they can stop they've been having supporters support them on some gun GoFundMe pages. They've been able to, with this Emergencies Act, they've been able to nip all that money in the bud. No gun GoFundMe money either for them. They've really been, just trying to cut off all their supplies. And, I hope they're staying strong because I believe in people being able to have their right to their bodies. And you would think, especially this late in the pandemic, with us understanding it on a whole new level, that they wouldn't be so forceful. Maybe require a test before you get back across the border or something along that lines. Or but this thing is not the boogeyman that a lot of companies, a lot of news sources have still been trying to paint it as. I understand. I respect all due respect to people who has lost family members and loved ones during this pandemic time. I know coronavirus is serious, but at this point, I'm very convinced that everybody's been exposed and we just developed immunity, which is kind of the case in the history with all germs and all sicknesses throughout human history. We just adapt. We get stronger than it, and it's just a part of life. So this thing, it's kind of definitely too extreme. If you ask me, I've been reading about some people with some boots on the ground. They have not seen more patriotism from Canada in a long time. They've been seeing more Canada flags throughout the country to support this movement than ever. Since I think the last thing that I read, that since they won a gold medal in the Olympics, which is over a decade ago. So they really, a lot of people are supporting this, man. People don't like being told, forced what to do with their bodies, and rightfully so. So I respect these people and these working class. And but this is a perfect example to me why crypto is needed. This is giving these people too much power to stop you. So you're gonna, for me expressing my opinions and my something I strongly believe in, you wanna stop me from feeding my family? Really? Like that's is that extreme? You freezing my bank account. So I know me personally, over 80% of my money is not in bank accounts. It's in crypto and it's in stable coins and it's in, you know, but I'm checking charts daily as well. So I'm not getting caught by any surprises. I'm buying on dips. I know when to buy, when to go heavy, and when to go light. So this is all things that we teach in Alpha Pack. But especially with crypto becoming more and more mainstream, you soon enough you'll be able to get home loans off your portfolio and your NFTs. And so it's like, yeah, I'm not thinking about banks at all. One of the disgusting facts that I read about banks recently and found out about banks, like if you understand how money works, like if you put $1 million in your bank account, the bank can literally go loan $9 million off of your $1 million. So they're just generating and making fake money left to right in banks. They're not as big as they claim to be and as they act to be, and it's too much power that we're giving them. If you ask me, for sure. Boss Gang, I would love your opinion on this story for sure, bro.
Yeah, so I mean that's pretty big, and it's a great point how you connected the couple things. Um, Throughout our history, there's been multiple times when we've lacked access to our funds. So there's been times when we couldn't get money out of the ATMs at different points. So whether it was going to Wells Fargo a few years ago, where they told people you could only get $200 out of the ATM at any given point. So crypto, it takes that power away from these people and it gives it to us. So in a state of emergency, if everybody using crypto, we're able to still conduct our transactions and we're still able to do commerce without having the government step in. I could imagine in a state of emergency when the government decides to cut off all kind of business, all kind of benefits, and they even shut down all the banks and don't give people access to their funds. People still going to need to make transactions, People don't think things like that happen, but it's not like something we haven't seen before. We've seen the government take control of all of our funds before. We've seen whole banks get burned down. People lose money all the time from crooks and different things. You can put your money in the bank, and people, it'll only be insured up to a certain amount of money. So people think that the government is here to help you, and the only thing that they're here to do is actually control you. So we're definitely taking back control, and we need this. So people can't try to hold these things against us. They're only doing things because they feel like they can. If they knew that people had different options than trying to control them with the finances, that are their own finances, things that are their own that you work for, people are trying
Yes.
to take away from you. These are things you work hard for.
Yeah.
You live a life, and you have certain expectations, and with people taking those away from you, that's not a good thing. So yeah, crypto's definitely gonna help change that. Just the whole mindset overall of just people having control and not being controlled by these central entities who have all the power.
Amen. Amen. That's why that's definitely the root of the movement and why crypto was invented altogether. So happy that more and more people, like more and more people, will be waking up to crypto. Kind of the Canadians going through this situation. If they were not Bitcoiners before, I'm sure they're going to start transitioning over. So yeah, it's good for the crypto market if you ask me. All right, let's go on to the next story. This is big. We're going to start getting into some NFT news now, guys. Actually, before we get into the NFT news, you guys know I like making sure that we are up to date with the current NFT value. So we'll bring up our favorite, one of our favorite charts to keep up with that, which is OpenSea. The OpenSea, which is the biggest NFT market, is their monthly value. I'm sorry about that. All right, guys, here we go. All right, guys. So we see the NFT volume still lowering. It's still been losing momentum as as crypto, the overall crypto market bounces back. Um, Today, as the last 24 hours, we only reached a high of 115 million dollars worth of volume on OpenSea, which is at its peak we were hitting about 250 million a day. This month, as we see, it is a lot. The momentum, and we're over. Is it? It's the 16th, so more than half of the month is over with already for sure. We have only reached 2.3 billion last month. The record-setting month of the volume hit last month was at 4.9, about just under 5 billion. So I do not see us beating that. I do see us possibly ending, above 3 billion though, which is respectable. So crypto overall, the crypto market. I mean, sorry, the NFT market just taking a bit of a breather. A lot of these. One of the interesting thing one of the biggest trends that I'm noticing within NFTs right now, a lot of these. I'm sorry, a lot of these a lot of these projects, they allow you to stake your um your NFT, which is great, which is creating basically that's you creating. Again, I don't know if you don't feel confident about what staking is. When somebody mentions staking, please watch our staking episode of the Crypto Academy. But I won't go into details tonight about that. But that's essentially you creating passive income for yourself while you holding it. So it's more incentive for people to hold. I like that. I love that. You again, a lot of people they're in love with these projects. So if for it to be producing some revenue, and if they got in at a good price, then for it to be producing revenue in the meantime, while the NFT market is consolidating, I like that a lot. I like to see a lot of projects adapting. That's pretty much one of the hottest thing right now. NFTs, making sure that you're in a project that allows you to stake, for you to learn some passive income while holding it. So I want you guys to make sure that you're looking for projects like that if you're big into NFTs, if you already don't have some. All right, let's get into this story that I wanted to bring up, guys. It was pretty exciting. Huh? Right. yeah, this huge, man. This is pretty huge. So New York Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange, soon to be New York NFT Exchange. Man, so man, I say that to say, let me pull up my notes here. Sorry, I say that to say, New York Stock Exchange, they filed a trademark application on the NFT marketplace. It was submitted February 10th, so recently. It reveals that New York Stock Exchange has ambition to launch a platform for cryptocurrency and NFT trading. Among other things, such a platform would pit the centuries-old institution against the likes of crypto unicorns like OpenSea, a roughly 4-year-old startup that landed a monster $13 billion valuation in January. So OpenSea's been open on for about 4 years, and that thing, man, 13 billion valuation of 13 billion in January. That's pretty impressive. Very impressive. According to the document, the world's largest stock exchange has a bona fide intention to explore a vast spectrum of blockchain-based technologies, including but not limited to application program interface (API), to allow users to access and maintain, store, display, buy, sell, and trade virtual and digital assets, artwork, collectibles, NFTs. Um, and man, it'd be the application programming interface. It also be for sending, receiving, accepting, buying, selling, storing, transmitting, and trading digital currency. So they're going all out. Sounds to me so basically they're going to be starting a wallet as well as an NFT exchange. So they're looking into getting into crypto wallets, crypto exchanges. They're going hard with this movement here. So man, it's funny to me, boss gang. You know how I'm just, looking at this picture of the stock floor right here I have on the screen, just imagining, how they can get things can get hectic around there. Not as hectic as they used to in the '90s for sure. With nowadays, with me being able to buy and sell things on myself by myself and not call my broker to do it like they used to be. But so it's not as hectic. But I was laughing looking at just imagining, just imagining one of the brokers running around frantically like buy 100 because some of these NFT projects get some crazy man. Uh, buy 100 dick butts, big butts. Like they literally have they have some crazy names. A lot of these NFTs like stat, hurry up, buy 100 big butts. They're about the moon. Like it's like so I'm just laughing. Like they're not as traditional names. It's not in any sense as traditional as as a company as a stock company would be. Um, it's I'm excited that they're getting this much involved, man. This is huge. This is huge, guys. I definitely want you guys to know how huge this is. This is probably the biggest news that we'll cover all this month. To be honest, this is going to be game changing for the crypto market. Balls gang. Let me get your take on this one, man. This is huge news.
Yeah, man,
Um, oh,
this is crazy. Yeah,
yes,
this is crazy.
yeah,
It just shows how finance is just changing overall. The different products that they're trying to offer. So at first, even the options weren't available. Weekly options weren't available. We have futures trading. Then they had mini futures trading. Now they have like super mini futures trading. The NFT space is a real thing, and everybody wants to get involved in it and get a piece of it. So I can just imagine. So if the stock exchanges get it, I can imagine you be able to purchase NFTs on TD Ameritrade. Now, the great thing about this, it helps people understand the real world value of NFTs being actual assets and not just pieces of art. So people actually be able to purchase these assets the same way that they purchase stocks. But the difference is when you purchase these NFTs from the stock exchange, these NFTs will come with certain benefits for actually holding the NFTs. So right now, a lot of times with these stocks, a lot of people buy them and they sell them and all kind of stuff like that. Now, what if you gave people an incentive to not short a up and coming company, but to actually invest in these companies and get benefits for growing with the company more than just the benefit of holding the stock. So if the company has a product you like,
Yeah,
and you stick around with them instead of dumping the stock and trying to take profit. And that's ultimately what they want to keep you from doing. They want you to keep your money in to help the companies grow. So the more money they have, liquidity, the more they can do. So it's a change of the financial system as we know it. I'm ready. I want to buy it. I want to buy a New York Stock Exchange NFT right now. I can just imagine you
yeah,
just man. I sell some options, buy some NFTs right on the spot.
that
You
would be
can't beat
crazy.
that, man. That's gonna be
I
tough.
didn't
That's
I
gonna
didn't
be
think
tough.
about that aspect. Yeah, yeah. That's oh man, I didn't think about that aspect. How you can it's gonna be that hand in hand. Yeah, that's fire. Something I did want to mention. This is
Right off TD Ameritrade. Yeah.
exactly right. I did want to mention that this is not New York Stock Exchange first foray into the Web3. In spring of 2021, the stock exchange minted 6 NFTs celebrating the public debuts of buzzy tech companies, including Spotify, Snowflake, Unity, DoorDash, Roblox, and Coupon. However, a trademark application is a very the trademark is is in its early stages, so this is definitely could take some time to materialize. But yeah, like I said, they bought up some NFTs before, so they probably saw some great gains from those, and they like, man, it, quite honestly, these have probably been the best gains ever in history. With these NFTs, the gains that they've been making, I know they like, man, you guys are not going to keep leaving us. This is like the only time in history you could probably buy something for $50 and goes to 100 or $200 and it goes to $100,000. This is nothing as we produce that return. If you ask me, I don't care if you're in real estate, I don't care what you're in. So I
Right.
wouldn't be surprised soon enough once they able to really, especially once they get involved and they really able to collect the data. Like if they start stating the fact that NFTs has been the best asset throughout human history. I haven't, I would not be surprised at all. Some great gains in this industry. Some great gains. All right, guys. The
Mm-hmm.
the last story I want
For
to
real. Yeah.
the yeah, yeah. Last story I want to bring to everybody's attention, guys. Just a man, more proof that this is not going anywhere. Chase, and I'm excited about this. I'm excited about this. The first major bank to jump into the metaverse, guys. This is huge. This is huge. Very big. This man, it's as somebody, especially the more I've been getting into stock trading over the last few years, and just thinking of times when I had to rush down to the bank to try to make a deposit when when nowadays people have Zelle, but apparently in order to get your stuff overnighted into your trading account, you have to go do it physically. But just thinking of how I can, it was so hard. I think it was especially during the pandemic, it was a headache going to the bank. But just thinking about how it'd be convenient, I could just go to the bank in the metaverse. I'm excited. I'm very excited about this news. So the JPM is the first bank. It's also the biggest bank in the U.S. If you guys didn't know that about JPM, it's the first. The actually the Decentraland. It bought land in Decentraland, and that coin is it jumped over 8% following the release of the report from J.P. Morgan. JP in their report, J.P. Morgan called the metaverse a 1 trillion market opportunity. Man, that they're not lying. And in J.P. Morgan's report, it coincided with the launch of the bank's virtual. They're calling their bank. It's not called Chase inside there. It's called the Onyx Lounge, and that's located in Decentraland's Metajuku district. It's kind of similar to what you see at downtown Tokyo. It's complete with a wonder. It has a wandering tiger as well as a floating portrait in the bank's CEO, and their bank is a noted crypto skeptic. So that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny to me. Here's a picture of it, guys, of how it looks inside the bank, inside the Decentraland. You see the store. You say it's Onyx by J.P. Morgan. That's how it looks. It has the CEO in the crypto punk style on the wall. And yeah, like when I know if you heard me mention tiger earlier, you might have like, what did he say? Just say a tiger? Yes, it's a tiger just walking around, a pet tiger in the bank. And yeah, it's not dangerous though. Don't worry, it won't eat your avatar. And it's just pretty dope. It's just pretty dope. You know, us able to get that service that we would be able have to go otherwise go to the bank for at home. And I'm excited about it. You know, it's pretty dope. This is, you know, I don't like so when certain cases within the metaverse, like as far as grocery shopping, I really don't see that being that popular because I think they kind of solved that already. Like me personally, I use what's the service that drops off your food?
Instacart.
Instacart, brother. Yes, that I haven't been to a grocery store in a while personally. I love Instacart. That's what I use, and I don't want to be walking around the grocery store picking items like I have a virtual card in front of me. That's not fun. It's not really fun, you know. And I think they kind of solved that already with just Instacart, just going through and picking what you want and just having it come to your door. I think that's pretty much. But this is something I can see more of a use case inside of the metaverse. If you ask me, for sure. Um, this, nobody likes going to the bank. You got to wait. With this, I'm sure it's no wait time at all. Just you log in and you get help right away. So I'm excited about that. Anything you wanted to add about that last story that we're covering, Boss Gang?
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited for the metaverse. So here's the thing about the metaverse.
Yeah.
And to me, I compare it to real life TV shows compared to cartoons. It's things you can do in the cartoons that you can't do in real life. So what I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to is all the animated and extra magical things that make the experience better than the experience in real life. So a lot of people don't want to do things because they're lame and they seem like chores. But if they made the grocery store fun and you walked around there and played little games and said, if you do this game in this metaverse, then you get the coupon for whatever it is. You might be playing a boxing
Yeah.
punching game at the grocery store. So it might say,
Yeah.
hey,
Good point. Good point.
burn some calories and you get it. Man, it's all kind of possibilities that you can make up. It's just how far your mind is willing to take it because it's all made up. You
Yeah.
can
Good
make the
point.
animal the teller. You talking to the lion if you want to. It's gonna be. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it. I could just
Yeah.
imagine you going in there and you depositing NFTs into the bank. That'd be crazy. The ATM, the digital ATM, the metaverse, and you conducting
Yeah.
transactions in there. Man, I want to go get some
Yeah,
free
bro.
samples, some meta samples, and have them sent to my house with the drone. I'm here for it, man. It's gonna be exciting. When I spend money, I
All
want
right, man.
rewards and sprinkles to confetti to fall down. To know I'm a value customer. Every time I come through the line, I'll be like, more sprinkles.
Yeah, yeah.
You ain't
And
gonna feel
we
bad
need
when you
to.
spend your money in the metaverse. They be like, I don't know if this is good or bad, but man, that's a lot of confetti, balloons,
Oh
man.
man.
Right now, you just
Oh man.
feel bad. At least
Man, I always love when your mind get to going about the possibilities of things that we're discussing, man. I always appreciate it, man, because it helps me think of new possibilities too. And yeah, man, I can imagine that. When the value customers getting the red carpet rolled out for them as they walking up to the bank and everything. It's yeah, man. And yeah, what you said about
tough,
gro-
tough.
the grocery shopping. Yeah,
Mm,
and what you said about the grocery shopping, I didn't even think of. Yeah, they can definitely make that funner, make you be able to jump, literally fly from aisle to aisle. It's all type of crazy things that can be happening. Sure.
hey,
And yeah.
that'll be tough. I'm going grocery shopping,
Yeah,
just be
man.
flying around. You always at the grocery store. You're always at
Yeah,
the
guys.
store.
So, man, if the news that we share tonight and that we share on a regular basis has not really convinced you and shown you that crypto is far from going anywhere, is I don't know what will, guys. These are the biggest companies in the world at time after time getting involved. Some wow, some have, some way. Um, they're not trying to be left. They understand that, especially JPM. I'm proud of them for trying to do something. Even though it could kind of be looked at like a sheep disguising as a wolf among the wolves because essentially, if crypto get as big as it could and it's going to get, a lot of these banks won't make it. But I imagine JPM being smart enough to be able to still make it somehow. I mentioned earlier how how much they're really taking advantage of the money that we give them and still charging us fees. You would think, if I'm bringing you $1 million or $100,000 to you to just to save for me and to hold for me, that you wouldn't be charging me all these fees because you're making money with my money while you're holding it. But these banks they don't. It's not like that. So um, it's really that simple. They're charging you to hold your money, and people aren't doing. People waking up, they're taking ownership of their finances and getting their money into wallets, cold wallets instead of you know and their money is safe there. It's safe there once if you're wise enough not to fall for any of these booby traps and like the other day I got a email from MetaMask saying that my account's going about to delete, but I'm wise enough to understand that that's impossible. Once it's on the blockchain, and then I also checked the source of what the email was not an official source from MetaMask at all. But a lot of people, they're just so quick to click links and just to believe what they see. You gotta have that street sense as well within the crypto. You can't just I know we kind of got it growing up in Chicago, and Boss Gang growing up in LA. We just kind of got it as black men. We just kind of that street sense and that street knowledge. It kind of just came naturally. But a lot of people within this crypto world, you got to understand that people are looking to take advantage of you, and you got to understand how it works in here. A lot of people still getting their wallets hacked. Thank God it never happened to me, Boss Gang, or you know, they coming out with creative ways daily to get access to your wallet. So guys, you got to stay on your toes. But yeah, crypto is not going anywhere at all. Back to the point I was saying about JPM, but yeah, it can be looked at as a wolf trying to hang around sheep. But if they adapt enough, they can a big company that has a head start like JPM, they can definitely still be relevant within the metaverse. Within even if most of their customers take their money out, I think they can. You still have those older traditional investors who don't want to take their money out of the bank. So I think JPM can make it. Can be one of the banks. I know a lot of banks would eventually close over the next decade, though, for sure. And that's about it, guys. That's all the news I wanted to make sure we brought to your attention tonight. And Alpha Pack, me and Boss Gang want to make sure that you are up to date on within the market. You guys should have a great understanding of where we at on the charts. A lot of people do not pay attention to those charts. We encourage everybody, we empower everybody to get comfortable and confident on charts. That's why another reason why we don't respect or care for all those indicators on the screen. But guys, it's not rocket science. You're smart enough to plan your entries and your exits for sure, no matter what asset. It's all about buying low and selling high. Boss Gang will tell you best. Anything you want to say to the good people before we get out of here, Boss Gang?
No, I just want to say thank you. Appreciate all the work you're putting in, providing us with this info and all the insights. Just want to tell people to make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to like and subscribe. Stay updated with all the latest. We actually put our watch list calls out here. We've been, killing the market lately. Well, forget lately, since we've been around, we've just been killing the market. Even
Facts,
when a lot of
facts.
people feel like it's real shaky, real choppy, we've managed to find success for ourselves and most importantly our members. Just educating them about the market conditions. So make sure you're following myself, Boss Gang VIP. Make sure you're following Investing for Legacy. Make sure you're following Alpha Pack Trading on Instagram, Alpha Pack
Also,
Trading on Facebook, Alpha Pack Trades on Twitter. Make sure you check out the website. And if you're interested, you have any question, make sure to reach out to us and let us know what those things are. So for now, that's all I got, Lexi. Unless you want to end this
yes,
with
sir.
something else.
Like and subscribe, like you said, Pack family, YouTube family. We appreciate you. We'll definitely be seeing you next week. That's a fact.